The Super Mario Galaxy movie is one of the most bizarre pieces of media there is. In essence, it's the same Super Mario Bros. Movie, but tuned to the max degree. You'll probably enjoy it if you have ADHD, an unbearable will to see as many bright colors per second as possible, or you're just a Mario fan. And even though those three characteristics sound like diagnoses, you shouldn't worry if you actually like it. After all, I, the hater, who claimed the first part was bad, actually found the sequel enjoyable. Although that is actually a special case, and I'll explain why at the end. Either way, if you're trying to find something deeper, something meaningful in every movie, you got the wrong door. This will surely come out as a disaster. And in this video, I'll tell you why. But before we start, I have to say that this is only my opinion, and then you shouldn't take it too harshly. I didn't say this when I reviewed the first part, and look what it got me. 43 likes and 84 dislikes. And with that, let's start. And I'll start with the pros, because that'll be the shortest section by far. And the first pro is obviously the visuals. The effects are great, the lighting is fantastic, it's all really smooth, and the colors are saturated as hell. There's plenty of different locations, and all of those look great. There's not much to say here, after all you can see it yourselves, and the visuals are kinda the reason people even watch this. The next good thing about the movie is that it's pretty funny. Most of the humor here is pretty basic level, but nonetheless it's not bad. The tangent aspect is that the movie is really fast paced, so you will likely not find yourself bored by the absence of action. Although that's also a con, because the movie is sometimes too fast, but that's for later. And lastly, there are Easter eggs. I'm not even sure if that's like a solid pro, but let it be. I like the references, even though I didn't recognize a lot. I like the Francis, or the dog from the first part reference. There was also Mario's old boss. The whole ending was pretty much a reference. Like there was a scene where Bowser's on the bridge and Mario breaks it. Unfortunately, Illumination doesn't respect its viewers, and instead of keeping this a neat reference, they shove it up in your face by showing it in 8-bits form. Now that is just disrespectful, kinda like the whole movie is, because that's about all the pros. There may be one more, and that's voice acting, but unfortunately I didn't watch it in the original. The one I watched it with was bearable, but nothing out of the ordinary. With that closed, it's time for cons, and buckle up, because we're here for long. It is time to dissect the whole plot, piece so it starts with Rosalina being introduced. How is it done? She tells a story about Princess Peach and the Mario Brothers. It hasn't even been 5 minutes, and we're already deep in the shit. How does she know about the adventures of Peach from the first movie? Is she omniscient? If she is, then why doesn't she do anything about Bowser Jr. attacking her 10 minutes later? So she fights Bowser Jr. He is a new character here, he is the son of Bowser. So they fight, explosions come out, the world crumbles, she almost wins, and then one Luma, is that what those stars are called, just appears on the battlefield. She just leaves the safe house, or at least the house that wasn't supposed to be attacked, because she had a bad dream. A bad dream that some explosions were coming out.
Oh, this fucking shit. What's the point? I can't take it anymore.
They actually had to make this character so unimaginably asinine and unaware of her surroundings for the plot to happen, because that's the only reason the princess loses. Oh yeah, and Illuma gets captured anyway. What is happening? We haven't even started. The rest of the plot gets a little better. No, I'm kidding, it doesn't. Mario and Luigi meet Yoshi, who travels through New York, and no one cares. Only when he breaks the law. He gets 5 stars and is being chased by the whole New York. Oh, and there's also a scene where Donkey Kong is being chased by police helicopters. After that, there's a scene where Rosalina fights everyone, and it goes like this. At least she conveniently frees Luma, and she goes to warn the brothers and Peach of the events that happened. And of course, as a great queen, or princess, she thinks it out thoroughly, and leaves the kingdom. Yup, she just decided to leave the whole Mushroom Kingdom in 10 seconds, and she's gonna rescue Rosalina, using her gigantic army of one Toad, who, I remind you, is not only possibly a spy who works for Bowser, but also just pretty useless. He didn't do jack shit in the first movie. So this duo of Smart and Smarter are gonna rescue Rosalina. The tiny problem is, Rosalina is stated to be the strongest sorcerer in the world. And you may just say, well, Peach didn't know this, but she wasn't ever punished for it either. Imagine if Bowser Jr. said something like, did you actually think you could beat me when she couldn't? And then Mario and Luigi appear and help her out. And it's 3 against 1 now. That would have been something. At least it's better than what we got. Back to reality, the Mario Brothers are ruling the kingdom. And who knew it'd be so easy easy to do it. Apparently you just need to complete a few tasks like in a video game. Oh, that's a reference. Help out a few people and it'll be fine. Then there's the Bowser scene, which is pretty funny, but it doesn't do much. It establishes that he was reading books with Luigi and he is potentially a friend now. Okay. Bowser Jr. attacks and he just takes the whole castle in his UFO. After that he attacks the brothers and the fight is cool. It results in the UFO exploding and dropping the castle. The castle drops and the brothers don't really care. We're at the point where their bodies are made of titanium. They're superhumans. Why are they afraid of a rock? Why are they afraid to fall? After that, Bowser successfully rage baits Mario into hitting him. There could have been a plotline about this where Mario feels inferior or just down and then he fights this feeling and becomes stronger, whatever. No, Bowser just rage baits him and that goes nowhere. By the way, is that a game mechanic? Bowser survives the castle crashing with no damage, but then Mario stepping on him deals 1 damage. Is it because he was in his shell that he tanked the castle? If it is, okay. If not, you know the answer.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
So Bowser is actually good now. He takes the big queen punishment all for himself. That's another plot contrivance, just to separate the brothers and him, because later he becomes evil once again. He doesn't really work for the beast, it all doesn't matter. Junior takes him away almost immediately, and for some god knows why reason, Bowser thinks he's a bad dad, even though he literally does theater spectacles before Junior sleeps, and he didn't do anything bad to him other than sending him to boarding school, and overall his son loves him. So here's the problem. The Mario crew then meets the Fox guy, who's probably some another reference. This character doesn't do much, so there's not much sense talking about him. Meanwhile, there is a 10-minute scene where Peach is just actively fighting. It's literally just action. At the end, she beats up this Toad, and he tells that Bowser Jr. is about to destroy some planets using Rosalina. Who this Toad is never explained. The whole crew gets together and they almost die, but because Bowser is still good, Mario and Luigi only get turned into children. One more reference, I don't know, even though it was already in the first movie. And to justify those mini Mario and mini Luigi existing, there exists a 5-minute scene where they do shenanigans with a T-Rex. It literally progresses nothing. It reminds me of the scene with the dog from the first part. At least there you can argue it exists, to show that the brothers are plumbers or something. T-Rex scene on the other hand has literally no reason to exist. Then Luigi calls Lumas and they somehow find him. Yeah, they just randomly find the planet out of the billions others. No! Oh! Peach finds a book with her own story in it, and those are sisters. Okay, those are sisters. There's another problem. So one of them is older than the other. They are both born from stardust. How is that possible? How can they be born from random substance, not simultaneously, while being sisters? Anyone? Oh yeah, and they are literally standing on this planet, which is like hardly the size of a large building, and they are not falling out. I'll probably need to explain. There exists a gravitational pull between any two objects. The bigger the mass, the bigger the pull. For reference, the moon's gravity is about 6 times smaller than the Earth's. That means the jump is about 5 times higher.
Galaxy Z Flip.
On a planet like this, once they take 1 foot off the ground, they'd be sent flying through space. Why am I even talking about this? So it's shown that when these two touch hands, great things happen. The whole life sprouts. And not only do the flowers bloom, but also a tube appears. The same tube that Rosalina sends Peach through while escaping from the evils. What evil exactly is never specified. And neither is the reason why she only left Peach there. Why didn't they go together? Why didn't she try to do the hand thing, which will literally save them at the end of the movie?
I don't know! This is the best I could come up with, okay?
After that, Mario and Luigi beat Bowser. His kid tries to create a dragon who goes against him, but Mario saves him, because luckily there was a third power-up that no one used, even when Mario was on the brink of death. Meanwhile, Peach saves her sister, and that's all. They rebuild the castle, and it's literally all. They rebuild the castle, and 5 seconds later, the credits come out. This is probably the most soulless, lifeless, and bland ending there ever will be. I don't know, you really gotta have a talent to create an ending that is so anticlimactic. So as you can see, the plot here is really thin, filled with contrivances, and lacks any depth whatsoever. There are plenty of plot holes, though at this point I'd rather just say the whole plot is one big hole, so there is that. But what moves the plot? the characters. I mentioned those briefly, but now it's time for a full-scale rant. And we start with the main character, Mario. He didn't change at all. Neither throughout the first part nor the second. There's a subplot where he is in love with Peach that goes absolutely nowhere. It doesn't matter if it's there, and frankly, it's there only to present a few jokes. His brother Luigi got an upgrade though. He's now not so fearful, and now he's actually in the movie, alongside Mario. Unlike in the first part, where he used to be off screen for like 90% of time. He's also friends with Bowser now. He doesn't undergo any character development either, but I don't know, he's just funny, let him be. The same thing about Yoshi, he's just there for the essence of it. Then there is Francis, who's the dog from the first part. He doesn't do much either. I expected more character development and plot importance. Okay, I'm kidding. Then there's Bowser Jr., who's pretty straightforward. He just wants to do what his dad taught him, wants his dad's love, and I guess he's consistent, and that's good. There is a fox that is added solely for the reference. And now it's time for the sweetest part, Bowser. He is, unlike his son, quite inconsistent. So at first he's presented as a friend of Luigi, but then he has problems with anger management and Mario. But when he actually gets his full form, he is fully good and altruistic. And you can say, character development. And it may be so. But later, when his son tries to kill the brothers, he's not really much that against it. And after that he just becomes straight up their enemy, just because he talked with his son and he somehow convinced Bowser that killing them is good. I reckon this is really just asinine in its core. Even when Mario tries to reason with him, Bowser just doesn't listen. At all, there is nothing. He doesn't even dwell on it for a single second. He becomes a full-on villain in a snap of a finger. Even then, he is the best character. He is by far the funniest, and all those moments with his son and the brothers were pretty cool. Then there is Peach, who, surprise surprise, doesn't get any development either. Once again, there is a love subplot with Mario that leads nowhere. She gets to know her past, but that doesn't change anything. She's not mad at her sister, she's not amused, she goes to save her either way. After she saves her, they don't interact, they only hug. I don't know, maybe if she didn't know she was her sister, they wouldn't hug. That's all. She is pretty dumb, as I said. Going against the whole army by yourself, leaving your subordinates without the previous notice, truly amazing. And the last but not least, or maybe she is the least, Rosalina. What does she even do? I'll remind you, she is on the poster, and the whole movie is named after the game she's in, so where's the relevance? She appears in like 10 minutes total, and those 10 minutes are fully covered with plot holes, idiocy, and contrivances. As a character, she is no one. Her only personality trait is, I guess, caring about others, and being incompetent with her own powers. She is the biggest disaster this movie has, which is quite sad, considering how much potential she had. As you can see, out of 8 or so main characters, only one has proper character development. Well, proper is a strong word, but at least it's there. The other ones are really flat and one-dimensional. So as you can see, the movie is really simple. I don't even know if there is much to discuss here. There is literally no depth, and on the surface level, I've just went through it. It all happened just as I said, and no one of course believed me. Mario fans, I'm waiting for your apologies in the comments. Or you can just donate me. I leave a link in the description. As for why I actually liked it though, I watch most of the movies at home where I can concentrate and overall think things through. But this one I watched at the cinema, and it's a whole different experience. I really cannot endure loud sounds. I cannot think straight when there is noise around me. If there is noise, my concentration goes to this noise. And at the cinema the sound is loud as hell. So mostly my attention was directed towards it. By it I mean the visuals, the voice acting, and the dialogues. And as I said, those 3 things are actually decent here. I simply didn't think about how complex and logical the plot is, or how deep the characters are. And even then, I've noticed some major plot holes and inconsistencies. That's quite telling. Either way, if you like the video, like and subscribe. You can also donate me if you want to. If you didn't like it, slap a dislike and juice a comment. I'll be glad to indulge a conversation with you. After all, I'm used to it. Don't be a Mario fan, and I'll see you soon.